Tango Doji Jajerizon, Yinjamado, Duja Panjamba, Sergio Lambo, Davarjibek, Shakji Jabo, Jadungu Shanza, Durjin Janjan, the Lona Roda, Mabamala, Jija Gambo, Pamodreba, Javan, Dragongba, Kajula Manamje, Dajon, Jimmy Ozor, Tuje Jangurdo, Manjishizong, Bochatawa. Tanji Zigba Gunjin Juje Nyamin Dogon Renjin Zanzalo Danana Zera Tamje de Lama Labala Jesus Flosun Yondin Jamzon Ala Wine Dendra Donjin Rebegele Zo Dage Lo Jizon Ravars and Jalabdos Lamdan Drovas and Jalabdozo, Lan Drovas, Javaras and Jalabdozo, Drova is on Java, Chinjalabdozo, Kangan Janjavar, Jong, Gapa Mebaje, Mebaje, Pamebata, Meba, Mebando, Meba. Tade Dume Dunjame, Dribanye Jedamba, Zobazonja, Mananja, Tamba de la Janzar, Drenjin Savala Maji, Kuzondo Jazinanda, Dage Julambide, Dage Damba, Dansumjin Jedon, Jajamban, Drabarsin Jelado Zor. Namkwa Tang, Nyambe Simjin Tamji, Dinde, Lanami Bar, Yangda Bazobu Sanji Kompang, Rumboji Tobarsha. Di chi de tambe ju ganghi zin de dong nyam se lamar ju nyam be samba jang chu ju de sem ji ba chu nim be kun ju da kun long manor bu gon sim ban cha de la gang sim bar sa we chu ne Jikten sum jang gom bo de ni gen ze be tam chu kung ba ji ba de re den de la chom dun dang dene lintap yore dene tigana da nde dorji song jada ngapchuk think yores dene terrain da chom sumba janchuk sam chom de insayo dende
Shivamara.
Som yiba re no, som yiba jancho sing, som de re dinin de dorji song, katse yorin de la. Ni xu, zaibye saos. Dorji song ni xu zaibye yoban katren da ni xu zakjik bat. Res.
Cultivate a motivation. I'm thinking that may all thinking beings, limitless as space, attain the state of unsurpassed, perfect, and complete enlightenment, and cultivate a motivation of bodhicitta. I'm thinking that for this sake, I'm going to listen to the Holy Dharma teachings and then engage in practice. So cultivate such an unmistaken motivation for practicing the Dharma. And the Dharma we are receiving is a teaching by Lord Jikten Sumgön, the Buddha's single intention, the Gong Chik, consisting of 7 sections and 150 Vajra statements. And within that today we are in section number 4, the training of the Bodhisattvas, which itself consists of 24 Vajra statements. And now we are on Vajra statement number 21.
Tenin de Tommy Gund Heng Dambar Sav song. Deketing yore. Ndala tene Jirtang da yingi yibadela. Tene Tipa Chimbo la Tipa Chimbo Heng. Tipa Chung la Tipa Chung Heng. Da Heng se de Chosa sa Heng la. Tena Chepar yore songware. Yin yang Jikten Sunggung Kasondu Teni Hen Yar Dam Goguri song.
And so in this Vajra statement, it says, whether one has a high or low ability, it is a profound, vital point to select the higher field of merit. And that is in response to some people's claim that due to the particulars of Mahayana and Hinayana, there is a difference as to the fields where one gathers the accumulations. So that is to say that those of the Mahayana have a Mahayana field of accumulation, and those of the Hinayana have a Hinayana field of accumulation. But Jikten Sumgön says that regardless of responsibility, one is to select the higher field of merit.
Then the Hen Damba and the Jimsin Ro Chetang and the Chadayoris Hen Goma La then Ngubo Chung Jik Pua in a yang. Then they get Jebu Jachimbo Yong Tabatang. Then Hen Goma Sunam da Dimbe Hen Tenrala, Yang Sosok Tenravene, Sunam Chunchonji Saba in a yang, the Sunam Chimbo Yong Taba. Race on the Jimsin Garisina, Melavesenas, Hen Goma ke Logamaris, Hen Goma to the Hen number Tapa. Melavate Perna Maranso Tata Dedu. Tene Dampate Coopers and Tasa Depsana Zebdu Tinana Lag Zuni or Zuni Tamboni Yozan, Tenin Dapate Lati Zuni Tortuguris, Tina Yiris, Tene Tana Yinke, Hen number Tapa, Jancho Sembala Sobala, Tene Sunam Chito La Soba. Sayachi the Perungubo Tawashi in a young, the Konambake Yindu Jachimbola, who on Rodu, the Huate top the young. Sosola Suna Jachimbo Toguyore, somebody.
Khenpo the Kapa the taste Tanina, Lira. Tina.
Chetan, Kalkasa.
It's on the
Aleoya. Oh, yeah. All right.
And so the reason why this is what is a higher field of merit in general is that when one is a higher field of merit, if one makes just a small offering, a small thing to a higher field of merit, then the results will become vast. So therefore, these higher fields of merit are considered to be our actual pure field of merit. So if we just create a slight merit, it turns into a vast merit. And that is because the higher field of merit is unfailing. It is unfailing because it is completely pure. For example, if you're making a tata out of clay, first you have the mold, and the mold already contains the image of the tata. And so then if you pass some mud into a clay, into the mold, then the image will appear in that lump of clay because the image was already present in the mold. And so it is similar to that. And a result will appear because the field of merit is pure. For example, a pure field, a higher field of merit is bodhisattva and so forth. And that is because a bodhisattva, for instance, makes all his dedications for the sake of others. And for this reason, that their dedications are very powerful, and therefore if we make offerings to them, if they become our field of merit, then also we will accumulate a vast amount of merit.
Yeah, then Jirtang Chancho Sambaka Labjananda, Karayunga Yoris Chubaina, your Mimbasum, Kiparanzingore, Son Yore, Tetinza, Taran Jikten Sumgön Gungba, the Telangandro Mandowe Sena, Garguyo Mari Son. Your Mimbasum, the Karir Sena, your Mimbasum, Kiparan Karabinzingore Sena, Sanjele Simjin Jiparanzingoris, Jancho Samyamne Chitu. Your Tampawe, your Mimba. Kanza Tampawe, Kanza Mimba, the Jiparanzingoris song. Tene Sosorang la Pin Dong King Motele, Sosorang la Nu Jing King Draw, the Jiparanzingoris song, your Mimba so Jiparanzist. Telangando Gando Medovesina, Tengakuyo Mariso.
And it is said in the practices of the Bodhisattvas that one should actually take an inferior field or an inferior object as the higher field of merit. And so that being said, one may then wonder, isn't that in contradiction to what Jikten Sumgön just said? It is not in contradiction. So the reason why one should actually take an inferior object as one's higher field of merit is because Buddhas cherish sentient beings more than anything else. So that is what bodhisattvas do. So they cherish sentient beings more than Buddhas or anyone else themselves. And so for this reason, like a negative object is an inferior object or individual is considered to be more dear, more precious. And so that is, for example, a person who is causing harm, like an enemy who is causing harm, as opposed to a person who is bringing benefit. So one may think that there's a contradiction, but there is actually no contradiction.
Then in the Perna Xing Korang Minba Yin Yang, then it is Sanjil Muzin Betoni, Soso Semke, Soso Ransom number Tabugone. Then the Sanjay Tabulangunzine, then in Chupa Provina, Sanjay La Prova the Chimi by Yongaris. Jimsing Garrison, Nawa Ransom, Soso Semla Yoroa. Then it Chutamjek, Hiwa Korang Muniang, Sanjay the Simjin La Chimi Baris. Then the Pemasik, Yiban the Zar Semk Zar Lord Chimboke, that sound Dondang, Zeland of Chang Yoruba. The Ryan Zang, Perna, Jikten Sumgön, Pamotre, the Pamotre Bak, Dinsas Sachatel Pamotre Labro, Yoruba. Tell a yoke de do, then a conque, and Chido Tamjeke. Juvola, the Pamotre Barre, Gomne, the Conque Yinla Dumbak Tony Chuba Per, the Nandoa. Then Tambo, the Kong Chido Tamjigo, Jikten Sumgön, the Chunchi Jinjiri Sena, Labar Labdoa, the Kale, Galatini Kong, da Mugun Tartok Sena. Muguntar Tobaji, Cheta, Jivichi Parjin, the Nalungs in Barewa, that day, Davatoni, Tambo Ganza de, your tonare, manere, then it is also Sanje Dabalangunzin, Zavila Matavalungunzin, then Chuba Pernasuna Jachin Satakuris.
So even if the field is an inferior field, through recognizing that field as the actual Buddha, so with a completely pure mind, if one makes offerings to them, if one benefits them, then it is just as though one is making offerings to the Buddhas themselves. Because all appearances are one's own mind. It all depends on perception of your own mind. And from the perspective of the fundamental nature of all phenomena, there is no difference between Buddhas and sentient beings. So this statement here is really from the perspective of someone who has a greater mental capacity. For example, in the past, when Jikten Sumgön came to Pamodru, which is the main seat of his Guru Pamodrupa. So at that time, he visualized above the crown of each of his disciples, of Pamodrupa's disciples, he visualized Pamodrupa and then made offerings of the 7 branches to them. And so when he did that, at first his Dharma companions would think that this is artificial, like an artificial manner. But then slowly it became clear that he really is displaying ultimate devotion. So this is how he was recognized in the end. So whether one is making offerings to a higher or an inferior field or object, if one makes his offering seeing them as the root guru or as the Buddha himself, then one accumulates a vast amount of merit.
Then the long tone Jikten Khenpo Tenzin le so de chile tara tongsa len doe.
Sorry, ringpo machi tue.
Ringpo machi. Mange lo yo te chang ka lo yo jims rike ja gon mare. Sanje hing so hing namla chepar den jimba ji Mangre Tomcha Ni Da Jang, Jamse Zama Jikten Ra, Jamse Tomcha Ni Da ne, Gelong Jigla Rab de Jar, Gelong Tomcha Ni Da ne, Durmi Pan Jikten Yam, Durmi Tomcha Ni Da ne, Ishi Dimba Tomcha Ni, Lopong Jikten Yam Barta, Tetra Jimbe Sheng Zene, Loda Dimbe Da Du Jin, Namjur Zab Chule ne, and so
then the scripture that establishes this point is the Chatupita Samachaya, where it says, one makes offerings in particular to the different fields of merit, such as the Buddha field. 2,000 common people are like a single pure Brahman. 2,000 pure Brahmins correspond to a single full monk. 2,000 full monks match a single stainless one. 2,000 stainless ones match a single possessor of gnosis. 2,000 possessors of gnosis equal a single Vajra master. Having thus analyzed the fields of offerings, those endowed with intelligence permanently make offerings. Through the yoga, that is the dharma of the virtuous roots, one plants the seed in a fertile field.
Ta dorna chosa saki heng de la jung dang yong di ni jung chewa yu na yang yong di chung de ka pa ngep ne de ne de ta chosa go ri so.
So in brief, with regard to one's field of merit, toward whom one accumulates merit, now they have qualities and faults, and if they have some faults, then these faults kind of should be covered, and seeing their qualities, one should make them feel of merit.
Oh yeah. Tadi odo dorjison nyani pate da du zong de chopsa tangke yi so dan de la jirdan da yongdan da jirwa che danjin mi bu kone dan ko le pop da go na danjin pang go yoro ba te yin zang da de de namba gun de danjin mi go te yi zan da cha de ya yore yin yang jan chu sam ba tawlen ke ba le ju un du dan Jikten sung gong ke de ne cho sa ya de da de zong wo ton ne cho sa na yang de cho la bo chi sa ta go yore so
Then we come to Vajra statement 22. To deliberately grasp a self and to gather the accumulations is a skillful means. So, in general, it is said that we have to be without self-grasping. In order to transcend samsara, we need to abandon self-grasping. And so the root, therefore, is to always be without self-grasping. And yet, here, Jikten Sumgön says as a skillful means, one actually deliberately is grasping at a self in order to accumulate, to gather the accumulations.
Dan de la yang dong da chimbo yore gan ri se na da mi to pu dong de tane da de zong yong ba re si nam ju nga ran so ke da de zong de wa ma yin ba da de in de gang tar yang so so ke so so le yu bung bo dang yin le yu bung bo tan chi tene so so ke da de zong char du tene so so ke de nyar de ba mai ba tene de yen ko ma tham che la ya su nam sa ne ya chu pam ber xing min ba tham che la nin ji ge to ne ma ji ba tang tene so so da heng ra wa tham che la ta nyam ku to ne ta nyam chim bu to ne tene so so ke da che zo go lo pampriya la so ba tanda che yong ba yina ti cho sa ndu cho sa ba ko top ke tin so so dami ke dami to ba ke lam la tene ta nyer ro wa te ta ba ke ta cha de yore
So there's a big point here, and that is actually in order to realize selflessness, one first is actually grasping at a self, but not in the ordinary sense of self-grasping. So that is, it is a skillful method that whatever thing you possess, or things that are possessed by others or that are unowned, all of those things, without holding on to them yourself, you're offering them up to higher beings, and with compassion, you're giving them to inferior beings, and to anyone else, you're offering them with equanimity. And if you do so, then you're accumulating merit that brings you closer to the path of realizing actual selflessness. So it is a skillful means.
Then there, young, the chugatone bernada, nangaranso namba tawaranso na namba chuga pecha la soba. The so tamje tin soso ke chonyar, tanda nango yurin. The so teni la lobjong nang, tanda nawaina maung bala yina ping toga yorwa. mang basina data rang pin to ko yore to su de rang la ya da mang bo ji yang ji cho hi si ba de dang bo ji chu ko to lo cho xin ro ji jin ro pe na nga la pe cha mo go nga la de so mo go sam ya ro cho hi de ngun na la yang pe cha na go de wan ro chi cha de na de ni de ge yo ma ro wa de dang pe cha de so nga go si da du nyar de ni pe cha la so ban de so tham che yang yin dong chi de yin na yin de yin gong de hu sung ba na yin rin do nyan ne da de zhe chou gen de yin dong chi de yin na ran dong chi de yin so wai na de ni de zang ge dang ji ma je na de ko de ni so nang sa ya ke lam de xiu cha de yang pu ta bo ro cha sa na ya ro wa
And so from the perspective of the Dharma, for example, the Buddha Dharma, we have to hold on to things like the Buddhist scriptures and so on, and we have to study them. And if we do that, then it will be of benefit for others now and in the future. When we speak about contentment, then we shouldn't think that first I'm content when it comes to the Dharma. In other words, I don't really need any Dharma books, any Dharma scriptures. So if that's your contentment, when on the other hand you actually want to accumulate money and so on, wealth, then that is not what is meant here. That is not good. What you need to hold on to, what you grasp at, is the Dharma and the Dharma scriptures, and not money and possessions and so forth. Of course, if you're using those possessions for the benefit of others, then of course that is good. So as I mentioned before, then you can hold on to that. But if it is for your own benefit, then to that extent, self-grasping arises. So what this is saying is that it is better, of course, if this field within yourself is pure.
yang de nor ni kem do wa so la chu dan pe cha la so ba yu man de yang yin la pin to ya chi do ji ma dang den da jian de sam ji ma cha ba ke yang jin ba cha de yo re ma do ke yang pe cha la so ba yin la chu ni jin ba dong ma ni wa den da sam no dang ni ke yo ma re si de so ke de so la pe cha de so ya bo zai de cha de yang pe cha ya bo de yin la yang ma na zhe den da che na chu gu jin ba sam je ma cha ba cha de yo zang de ne de pe ya bo yo re si da gang da yang chi de da de zong wa de cho sa ya ke tab lang ke ba yin zong wa de long ga re ge du ku yo re si na jersey shiva le jun jung nang de yong su zong wa mi ba de da gun lo yi lang ne ta ba ji jin cho se dang jie ba nam la leng bor na yu ne dam ba tu ji che nam che da la zer gong da kin da yi song de ge de re.
So here our understanding should not be mistaken. So of course, if you are giving away those Dharma scriptures in order to benefit others, then again, of course, the merit is inconceivable. It is generosity. So here you shouldn't think that, oh, I'm not giving away my Dharma books to anybody else. So one shouldn't think in this way. So you should look at the scriptures, but you should also lend them to others or just give them to others. And that generosity that you practice then is really inconceivable. It's excellent. So this is an instruction of skillful means here. and how to grasp at the self when giving the Dharma, for example. And the scripture that establishes that is the Bodhicharya Vatara by Shantideva, who says, if all that is not owned by anyone is grasped by the mind and correctly offered to the Supreme Sage and his sons, may the excellent ones, worthy of offerings and endowed with great compassion, regard me with love and accept these offerings of mine.
Andala lojut je sungkoyore lojut de nguma sanje ko yode de jarpo sajals kong sanje dang sanje ko kolop mambo je lantene kongsek la dindin shundawa tene kongsek la dindin shune kongsek pu tabo je po tanda nangdo tendi kapsu zhangbo je ke tongdo de zhangbo de ke au ema ngom char chewa la gong jin ne da jisi yang de shudo de la ten de zhangbo de ke jisi yang de ke give top de ke sunam top de ke japo saja ke gongse ke gewa de sertining songaris perna nyemu ke ta perna lo ko ula so ba ma serti non ba hindu ta te tamje sozo samba la ra len good.
There's one story that illustrates this point, and that is when the Buddha was alive, there was a king Prasenajit, and so at one point the king made a vast offering to the Buddha and his retinue, and so when he made and he distributed his offerings, there was a woman, an old woman, who rejoiced in that. She was very impressed by the offering that the king made to the Buddha and his retinue. And then in the end, the Buddha said that the power of her virtue, the virtue state of her mind, outshone the merit of the king having made this offering to the Buddha and his retinue, just like the sun rays outshine everything. So in a similar way, her merit outshone the king's merit.
Hai ta dorji son yerson bandare de ke kornde kunje sayu gewar ngo song tan kornde ge chu tamje ngwa nang ge yoren de kapsan and yang tuma mayin pa che chu cha de yore jawan rogong bak chitang soso ke gewa de ngwa yore de kornde ke gewa yonzo ngwande nande ying yibala ta gebe zawa soso rang ke gang je yabate ngo go yore son zo chi hyu tena no yin ro yore si yina ya da kondu shubana yin ji tin song gong ge konde ji gewa yong su zo ba de ngo go yore son.
Then we come to Vajra statement number 23. And it says, the root of the virtue of all of samsara and nirvana is dedicated. So that is again a special instruction by the Lord Jikten Sumgön to say that all roots of virtue, samsara and nirvana, are being dedicated. Because some people claim that one performs the dedication of the root of virtue only in as much as it was produced by oneself. So it is mainly the roots of virtue that one has produced oneself that is being dedicated. But Jikten Sumgön says that actually all the roots of virtue of samsara and nirvana are being dedicated.
And the Jikten Sumgön Chuk Chibala Javasum Yubanang Tomtani to Zo Zongyung Yoruba. Tomar Jora Simji Damba se Damba Sum Nang Dinangeta Jora Simji Dambande Janchosem Chada Yore Ndeg Zisingo Yore Gewa Gang Yinaya Janchosem Zisingo Yore Janchosem Zisin Begewande Deni Gewande Gewa di Sunam de Namkata Nyamro Yozang Dere Deni Jongni Hoak Zisingo Yore Hoe Jenda Go Yore Hoak Jenda Banda Deni Sosu Saya Begewa de Se Mishiba Tower Namyang Sepa Mimba Deta Jorango Yozang De Hoa de Karchimboyin Sone Deni Michikarne Songo Bare.
And so Lord Jikten Sumgön said first that there are, when one practices virtue, then there are 3 essential points to that. And that is number 1, that the first, in the beginning, in preparation, it is essential to cultivate a pure motivation, the resolve of bodhicitta. Whatever virtue one practices, one should do that with bodhicitta. And then secondly, it is the actual engagement. And if one engages in virtue with this kind of motivation, then the merit accumulated will be equal to space. And then in the end, that has to be sealed with the proper dedication. If one dedicates the merit, then the merit will never become exhausted. So dedication, therefore, is most important.
Then the Gander Nawaran Semin Bejim Sinji, then Kondeji gave it our Tamche, Janjo Dongo Chogoba Jik. Then Konde Chu Tamji, the Yini Duba in Zang, the Yini could do that, the Yini Ngo le Mande by in Zang, Ngo Chogoba Ni. Deni ta sanje ta jancho sumba tamje gu gungpo tsawan rawo de deni ta ebe simchin tamje la pin dao ba derwa ta susu gu sa yebe gewan de den yin la ngo hiban de gandar yin la pa te eng yorwa pa ten ta te pa de yang jeta we chi te ki yoresina Sanje tang jancho sumba tamje gandar 타입의 심진 탐지 그 답보다 차도 요르시 타입의 심진 탐지 그 아마다 차도 요르시 대인자 아미 소소 그 벌라 응고 제답 타는 소소 그 혈생 루생의 용보 오마 탐지 펑미의 데이터바 부근된 직딘데 간라 토마를 용네 아마 그 부의 ngoma 그 아마 ngoma 히바 그 값이양 되네 아마 되게 레도메바 태촌메부터네 오마 지마 땅그 요로와 마랑도 참아대 다부터 살롱 종요로와 디강설지 장초선바 탐제기 되네 타입의 심진 탐제 다도 종부터네 되네 다 와 나용그 요리 Ngoa Shibande Yang Pate ne ya yabatawe jenga maris. Pate ninda dano zachimbo je yore de karerisina. Je yabagewa de churanso kowa donga ke jamson derde tar. Teni hiwa nyangine ba sanjeji kompang tobe jura yongkyo san teni detabu tone lap chimbo ke simji tone teni
So it is because all appearances are one's own mind that one can dedicate all roots of virtue and samsara and nirvana toward enlightenment. And then also it is because nothing transcends the essence of the true reality of suchness that one can dedicate all those roots of virtue. And the way in which one dedicates is according to how the enlightened intent of the Buddhas and the Bodhisattvas, who hold in mind all limitless sentient beings and give to them all the roots of merit, the roots of virtue. So this giving away is the dedication. But how do they give it away? So the Buddhas and the Bodhisattvas care for all limitless sentient beings, like a mother cares for her child. And because the mother cares for her child, she will give away freely anything without holding back, even her own body, her flesh and bones, her milk, everything. So first of all, when a child is born, the mother and the child don't actually know each other, but without any hope or hesitation, without any doubt, the mother's milk flows for the child. She gives the milk to the child. And similarly, the Bodhisattvas care for all sentient beings, limitless as space, and in this way dedicate. So the dedication is a giving to them, but it's not just giving and then letting them be. There's also an important part when it comes to the giving, and that is when they give their roots of virtue to sentient beings, they do so with resolve, thinking that may this become the cause for you to become liberated from samsara, the ocean of suffering. May this become the cause for you to attain the state of peaceful nirvana, the state of enlightenment. So when they dedicate, they give away the roots of virtue with such a vast intention.
Dan the dubzi long the you dorjitse mole chilate yojero man lo yanrixare chetar chumdi de jine hun chi huan ze patar nanjul le jong gewa ngo janchup senjun toine rang semjang hor ja dorji chimbo tarsinji janchup senje dravar ja chuji yengji ningbo che semjin tamje gubami tamje de yin yig ningbo nyumong damji gubami.
Then the scripture that establishes this point is the Vajra Sikara, and it says, as the Exalted One has performed the dedications before, one dedicates virtue arising from the yoga. Through the power of the resolve for awakening, even one's mind is to be dedicated. The perfection of the great Vajra is caused. Through the resolve for awakening, one will liberate beings. The great essence of the Dharmadhatu is undefiled by sentient beings. The whole essence of the Sugata is undefiled by the mud of the afflictions.
Na ngo adang ngui jorwa simji tamban jo ngo tambate ni tung tho jigla pejar ne hubayena tung tho de tomar pandavi undu teni chödang lu dang dela sobake teni sosoke kable dang so mamboche go yorwa te goya te kare ti ken debet yam loto so yam min parsipala ti ke jonrawo te hun ro go yore ti chani janjuk sem sipa de ta wechire teni parangui ki kachani ko rai teni kale kalo chin to sunzom de kale yar chin de ngarang su ke te sam ko ta song go ma do Dan Joni, Teni Tunka Davatella Lode, Teni Yang Sembra Mambojo, Lode Sek Chernronam Napkinjor Daldine. Teni Ta De Maimba Geta Berna Ropa the Hingban Dima, so Hinkaina, Simjing Saro Yora Dumain Batonis, that's all good. Songo Yore.
Ropa and Shimba, Jimazina?
Hingba Uni Hingba like Simjin Hirayo Maria, Hirayo Marava. Hingba Roban Dimala Ya Yo de by Hinka Yorwa. Teniang, Samsa Simjin to Sahion, Becaletegreda. The Inza, the Sonia Songo Yorwa.
Then a Yakuran Sando,
Yakuran. Jetan so Jetan Yakurans or treasury, the Yakurans, Samaring and Sand Yora, take cargo Yora.
But a lot of Sando Yora.
Re. That tell us about young around to give on the young Newman by Hedan Lasobake, young young top Nyamdo Kinika Yoza. Da Mogo Yore, more under the Pap Jazogolo. Give out the Sunyak Chi the Hoa. Sunyak Chi the Hoa, then Hoa de give out the Song Yong Yore. More dog. More dog gave out the Bell Yong Yore. Kinds and David the same Shiba. Then more the toke da the give under getting yin tamjela pin Yong Yorwa. That data will number song to Tony, don't know what the Garchimbo child is.
So we have the preliminary preparation of and the resolve, and then the actual practice, and then the dedication. Just to give an example, if you're like planting crops in a field, then first, as a preliminary, there's many things that have to come together. You need the soil and the water and the fertilizer, and you also have to work hard. So there's all these criteria that are necessary because you want the crop to grow. But then once all of these are in place, then the ripening itself doesn't need much toil. And so it is just like that with when one cultivates the aspiration of bodhicitta at first. So then you have the cause, and then it is not so difficult to bring together all the other the conditions for a crop to grow. So then, for example, if you don't have that, then various things can happen that will destroy the crop. So when it gets fall, then the weather changes, and then that might destroy the crop. Or in Tibet, either you're a nomad or you're a farmer or you're both. And if you're both, then you have yaks and you also have crop. So you're a farmer and you're a nomad. And if you have both yaks and crop, then it could happen that the yaks accidentally eat the crop instead of the grass. So then you have to worry about them destroying the fruit. And so that is similar to becoming controlled by afflictive emotions like anger, which then there's a danger that they then weaken the power of the virtue that you have planted. And so in order for that not to happen, we need to dedicate properly in order to protect the virtue that we have created. And so through the power of dedication, we protect the virtue and we increase the virtue so that the fruits will not become destroyed. And then also through the power of dedication, the merit comes to be of benefit to other beings. So there is this, for these three reasons, it is important to dedicate.
다디오 도르지송 니히츠아비 반데 산제 라마라야 호아구송 다 산제 호아시반데 제 심진 마미바로 조원도 지보를 방호 야만자고 썸는 코리안 거 요런데 대마레스 산제 라마라야 호아고그리소 내가 도모마인 파치주지 차도 요런 지tin 송고 근데 이제 인게다 라마다 산제 탐제 다 간다르 동하레 타르사르 인자 호아 고고마레 zon트나 송킨 요로바 단데니 산제 달라마 탄제라 호아 고그레소 산제 달라마 호아 고 짐신 간르세나 호아 히바데 다시 공주 히바나 인지라 제야바 자마인바 데네 제 야봉무보데게 데네 핀토바르효 누바 통바르효 데이터버그 문부터는 호용거 유드 다 산제다 라마라야 데이터부터는 호용드 산제다 라마 인송의 진로야게 도바다 대천 미나양 콩나바게 코아 마동바드 심진그 돈제고 요래 코아 마동바드 심진그 돈제반데 주미 지미 징아네 돈시탑 메바레 줌드레기 히와 고토니 쥐어다 찐라 뜨드 요바레 쥐어다 찐라 뜨드 요드 다 나랑 저기 게와데야 산제다 라마라 호아 제나 콩남바간 제바단 칠레 제 발라 핀도 용기 요짱 되네 나랑 저 호아 고그리소
Then we come to the Vajra statement 24. It says, it is also necessary to perform dedications to the Buddhas and Gurus. So normally we think that it's mainly those sentient beings who are inferior and who are suffering, who are poor, that require our dedication. But Jikten Sumgön, that's actually another special quality teaching us. Jikten Sumgön is to say that actually, and that is not the case. It is also the Buddhas and the Guru who require our dedications. And so the reason for that is that, as you mentioned before, when we dedicate, we are not just giving something away, but we are also making an aspiration, thinking that may this offering or this dedication become beneficial, may it have a potential. And so for this reason, just like that, we need to also dedicate for the Buddhas and the Gurus, because even though the Buddhas and the Gurus are not afraid or have no doubts when it comes to taking birth in the three lower realms, but in order for them to empty samsara, to benefit sentient beings, to engage in enlightened activities, also various causes and conditions need to come together, because nothing happens without causes and conditions. It is because of the nature of interdependence that everything relies on causes and conditions. And for that reason, when we dedicate our roots of virtue for the Buddhas and the Gurus, then their enlightened activities, it will help their enlightened activities to increase.
다 산제 lat make the tana meto kangje yapar yabayina telatine tene dongan tachin chigri son tachin side dan ko namkin ko le tarto ba ke jor jugri son sanje gendo na son yore tela sobake sanje dan gebshini tamje heng chepar wa yinzang tela susoke ngwa jeba yina Then so la sunam chimbo yam perwa Jikten. Then 다시 공주 휴바나이 산제다 개비신이 탐제라 ngoa 제바이나 데니 코나바겐 제반 틀렌데양 베능아랑조 뽀왕존에 자동야 여러 자니라고 뽀왕 가래람난데도 데라 주치 망보 젤티네 게님보 제 용거 요르 마도게 코 인가발라티네 게님보 용거 요마르와 디 인도 데 라마다 산제라야 데다브 ngoa 제바이나 ngarang tsuk give top teke khona bala tene the nzeba tan thle kon the pair teletin simjin thamje la dewa kanta ya phinde ke chawa ta cha de yo chang te ngwa gore so
So if we are offering even just the stalk of a flower, thinking about the enlightened activities of the Buddhas, then that becomes the cause of becoming liberated from suffering, of transcending samsara ultimately. This is also explained in the Buddha's sutras. And so it is because the Buddhas and the spiritual teachers are special fields of merit. If we dedicate toward them, for them, then also our own merit increases. And if we dedicate for them, then also their enlightened activities increase. So for something to come about, many causes and conditions need to come together. For example, if you're want to play a guitar, in order for a pleasant sound to be produced by the guitar, various causes and conditions need to come together. Only by playing a sound, a kind of ringing the sound of the guitar string, that in itself does not produce a pleasant sound. Many other causes and conditions need to come together. And so similarly, if we're dedicating for Buddhas and the spiritual teachers, then through the power of that root of virtue, their enlightened activities will increase. And then if they increase, then that leads to the happiness, the benefit and the happiness of many sentient beings. And so for this reason, we also need to dedicate for them.
ngoa zenare songs in a mambo yong yori teletin nuba chimbo yong to yori jek dan the lojula jan hubaina tane sanji chomdin de la lebjin ke jodong pang ro jodong pang ne tane sanji ke kola porwa tane sanji kola po ne
This co-courage
lebjin ke jodo pandu sanje kol pore chapchang da po samen tin che khaye ji posa je yo tene da chapchang na khaye na gadar che pore sanje kol po ne tene sanje kol cha song are wa tene cha song du ta cha de che yak chi de minba chobji minba den da din tene de so ke jin din dang tene o ma la so ba jorwa che ne ta tabla mambo che che ba res yin yang sanje ke gulin de cha de che ma ta ba res tene 다 드나리 차도 되니 우송 침보게 되니 딘색 주데 가레 송바리 세나 좀디 치제 톡라네서 세당 자원 총히나서 소소그 세당 자니 총아드라 Dimba yen
Ito na doe.
din na yo mare pache samay.
Oh.
Tinge kalendo ya. Chomdi chomdi chi je thok la ne se dang dawo chong xie na dimba yen cai de yi mayin zakba chepar hyos mayin zakba mani chanza no ro te ro di din cai de ju de ti tau ge te sanje kulun cha che son song do din cai de ba zo te ta cha ge yo re.
So there's one. So also it is said that through words of truthfulness, when one dedicates with truthful words, then often these also become very powerful. There's this one story about when the Buddha was alive. At one point, Devadatta, he fired a slingshot at the Buddha, and he hit his body, and the Buddha started to bleed, and it wouldn't stop bleeding. He wouldn't stop bleeding. So they consulted a physician to stop the bleeding, and the physician would apply sandalwood and milk and many different things, that would try many different things to stop the bleeding, but it wouldn't stop. And so then the monk Kyobpa uttered words of truthfulness, and he said that may the wound stop leaking blood through the blessing of the truth, of the sameness of son and enemy in the heart of the exalted one. And it is said that through this dedication of truth, these words of truthfulness, the bleeding stopped.
Da din cek traba shimandar nga kwang de seba in logi ji yore te logi te kare chungare sena ta de din cek traba lo top kan ra yo mendero teni jarbo indra bod ro jarbo indra bod la zumo mangbo yore ten zumo mangbo yo ba nang ke zumo lo chung shu je yore lo chung chung ji te jabu inda bade de mo ndamla yangse pekwe sarwa zumo mambo yu banang ne tene
yangse khana pekwe kong in morang chala
morang nangla morang romla per
morang nangla
ta kong zumo mambo yu na yang morang nangla zumo mambo yinda nyamda yang longju tene morang nang na yangse pekwe sarwa ta
chobo morang la pekra
ta mo ke semna kare tin de sina japon inda boden de danda chakpa chewala tin do danda chakpa chimbo ji jinjiri sa morang te tin do tin du japo inda bodek te gongde sha ganda da sha je gorwa sha ndi sha de da gondare da gonda de la di sha de korne di chuo gangan di pargala triptab lawa pas yudu yuris tela piko landwa kong te sonwa
kong morana di piko la sonwa
morana korson sha de korne churang te sha de cherne chuo pargadela triptab lawa pas je yori tela piko sonwa te sundi moke tanga tenda chuo chimbo je garne kanaban ro thugre te japo ko mol chakcha chi ndo ti mo kanaban ro thugre hyudwa chuo chimbo de garne teni ta tarang ezage japo inda mo de sonne Jarbo in Rambo the kin do cha pang ke dimbe tseg sil jinlapji teni cho de ya jinla do par ho zumla tabra te chorang rotaguri song chopaga teni ta mo kti kha de korne khala de korne kandar cho ran ledu teni jabo in Rambo the sungba yinda marang te lamdu teni cho jinla don mo tin chotin pa tartaba te ta din sek ba se bandala nuba yoris.
And then there is another story from the Tantras, the Tantric tradition that establishes this point of those words of truthfulness. So there was the king Indrabhuti, who had a lot of queens. And there was one of them, the youngest queen, whom he would pay more frequent visits. So he would visit and enjoy all the queens, but in particular, he would always go to the youngest one. And so at one point, the youngest one, this queen, then thought that, oh, this king has a lot of desire. And the king knew what he was thinking. And so he gave her some meat to bring he said there is this Siddha Lavapa who lives on the banks of the river Ganges. Take that and bring it to him. And so then she was thinking, she said that she wasn't sure if the king was being serious because she didn't know how can I go across this big river? How is this possible? And so then the king offered some words of truthfulness endowed with blessings that would abandon desire. And he said that through the power of this aspiration, the river will not flow downward, but it will turn around and flow upward, so then you can pass it. So then she took the meat and she came to the river. And when she came to the river, according to the king's words of truthfulness, the river actually reversed and she was able to cross it. So that's the power of these kind of words of truthfulness.
Tene di zumo de ke drupta lawa bala shatsu di ya zhang rwa ya zhang di kong de yi drupta lawa ba de yi re yi cha de da mo cha lo go yo re jargang la cha lo de da mo drupta lawa bala yang shu do da nga ka ra chi pha lo to go yo na di chu chim bo de le tene yang drupta lawa ba ke churan di dim pe chen de juice Drupta lawa ba kong ke churo ke kaze yora, churu kaze pangwa ke dimbu top ke, teni chuo te jinla dokbar xio zun dinsak yura, teni churan roto kuri sondwa. Teni mo taga rang chi ne, yang tsa pep to, tsa yongdu yong tabdwa, chuo jinla don, teni mo tsa chuo te gar tabdwa. Tan teni dinsak xibandala, te tabu ke nuba yo ba tang, teni di loji nangdana kwa ni kandwa. Kwa nyi doa, ta di dara ngay xuyan da zo dinsik droba ngarang su di tohne kwa di zo we nandriki yori. Ma to ke kwa yinda wanzi se na yang che zo golo. Drupta lawa pa ke tarnang la sudru kazen chu de ba rewa. Gonda ke di hi la pudin chu de ba re ina sudru kaze pangwa ke di ke dinsik tang. Tene japo in rabada ke tene kongke zumo la ror dewari te Kyobpa pangwa sita te tamje kandara konar ba ke nangsor zamri ma to tongla te tabo ke nyumong yiwang da mahyor ba ke ta nenga te an tini ha koto yores.
So then the queen came to the Siddha Lavapa and she offered him the meat and he took it and accepted it and he ate it. And so then it was time for her to turn around again. And again, she was wondering, how am I going to make it back again across the river? So she asked the the Siddha Lavapa, how am I going to cross the river this time? And then again, the Siddha Lavapa said, and proclaimed these words of truthfulness. So the Siddha Lavapa was not eating after midday in the evening. So he said that through the power of me not eating after midday, through the power of the truthfulness of that, may the river again reverse, and may you be able to cross the river. And so then again, because these words were true, in other words, he was not eating after midday, she was able to cross the river again. So there's two ways of understanding the kind of story. What we're mainly talking about here is the power of certain words of truthfulness. Another understanding would also be that the Siddha Lavapa was not eating meat, and due to the truthfulness of that, it is accomplished. Or the king had no attachment, even though he was enjoying the queens. Still, through the truthfulness of him not having attachment, whatever he says is being accomplished. But in whichever way one understands that, the point is that the truthfulness is accomplished because of not being overcome or controlled by the afflictive emotions.
Ta kantar ngo and za chembo yin za Jikten Sumgön ke kong ke loma tamje la yangse sungre songdo kong ke hek ze de kong lang de ning ngo yangse ngo nang hyo song na. Dan de je kong ngin song lo long do ya ke den ra ke do pa mari de deni loma tamje ke ngo za chembo yin ba ha go yo chi de den de ta ba ton song do. Deni dan de ngo an de long karag du ku yoris na pakpa du ba le ste yore dara chran tam na da yo pa yo jare janchup simba ke pa tham ke gang hi gi de da sunam jab ngula yerang ne simjin ton de janchup chorap yong ho na yong sung ngowe simjin tamji serjinu sa ta di anju ke tene janjo samba ke chom de shusin baris.
And so because such dedication was so precious, knowing that Jikten Sumgön again and again repeated to his disciples that even if I pass into nirvana, you must remain behind and perform dedications again and again. So this was not because he was afraid of taking birth in the three lower realms, but it is because such dedications are so important, so precious to his disciples. This is why he said that. And then the scripture that establishes that is the Sanjaya Gatha, that says, if a capable bodhisattva who is skilled with regard to means, having rejoiced in the foundation of their merit, dedicates it completely toward supreme awakening for the sake of sentient beings, he will outshine the entire world with his dedication. So that completes the chapter, the section of the bodhisattvas.
Oh, yeah, that the some about the Sangha Rinzin Dom Betoms. Then in the Dorji song, you hit subject, check your body.
You should subject?
You hit subject.
Subject. So, and then we come to the section number 5, which is the observance of the mantra awareness holders. And that section consists of 28 Vajra statements.
The Sangha Rinzin Domba Shibande Karchimbo, Zachimbo, Chaduyoba, ngaran tsama ke ha ko yore ngaran tsami ha ko yore zelandra karchin chin yimba jimchin de cheji lujigla sangje ya ke tab chod jurba de chad yore wa dan de 중랑 고완드 세나 tene sanje chomdin de ke tambo din ji chu chung kholo korne zonte tene thar ta de sangha ke chungko ko wandi pardo tene song yaba ke chu ndorba sotarne tang tene tikpa chimbo janju simba domba labja tene sanga ke da chungkor de pardo chungkoramba som koryong banang ke ta yangze ta cha de yores de cha de bjumsin kan shubayina Jikten sanje ke chunde ka tambo dinye nana yang ka parpa ta tama la soba ke chu tamye din yo bare de tsunan de chi de serve dirza yo bare de chur ngosar dubu tone da de ta chungkar ba somra wo ko yo ade teni nga tsunda tawa je hunan reksara dara kapa nda so update ji zona sarpa yong go ti na yink teni tambo durja tamje sanje ge lam lang go tang garam ba de soda garam ba thoni song teni lam lang go chadu lam la hlop de teni lam la hlop ram ba de jansam kapso sone den tan rebu ngu de chorde sangha kap song yong ba inza da sangha de dene sanji ge chu ge ning ga da ba je cha song waris
So this section is very important and very precious to us. So, and that is because through the Vajrayana teachings, we can attain enlightenment in a single lifetime, in a single body. It is the supreme method. And it begins with, first of all, the stage of when the Buddha had first turned the wheel of Dharma, when he taught the Four Noble Truths. Beginning with that up until the Dharma wheel of the secret mantra. So first there was the Dharma wheel of the Four Noble Truths, and then so according to the Vinaya, or the individual liberation, and then the Dharma wheel of the Mahayana, the Bodhisattva vows and the Bodhisattva practices, up until the Dharma wheel of the secret mantra Vajrayana. And so having turned the wheel of Dharma 3 times, this one is the peak or the summit of all those teachings. First, when the Buddha taught the Four Noble Truths, until the very end, the Buddha taught the Dharma for the sake of those to be attained, in order to actualize the true reality. It's almost like, for example, when you have phone, then you kind of update to like a new version again and again. So first, in the beginning, the Buddha, like in the context of individual liberation or patimoksha, first the Buddha established tameable ones on the path. And then second, Secondly, once they have already been established on the path, then they entered the training of the path, which is that of the bodhisattvas. And then third, having trained in that, they actualize the result of the secret mantra. So therefore, the secret mantra is like the quintessence of the Buddha Dharma.
Dayang Gong de Husimbari Chim Sawung Hamar Nese Namata so Karchimbo Mari Hukayo Mari Sotar da Jansum so the so Mina Tami Janjang Chada Yuri Teng Sapo Chada Yuri the Taran Drevu on the Sin Hindu Ta Tarton Drevu the Shizike Julan me pate Ta Sangha the Chayong by Inzam Tarangaranzo Choga Sali Nankin Sunjuni Zonde di Sanga ke Chom Della Lobjung Nana Yapoyore Sam Chu Drupawe Chang Drupserzo Songoyori Namju Tenda Tony Lalinte Tartante Yabuha Koswaina Panju Karain, Drupju Karain, Tunda Karain, Sundung Karain, Tandaha Koswaina, Teni Meto Tavichina Kola Chulu, Lasopati, Yonzo Sana Lamsan Kasi, Yong Uraya, Meto, Chong Yongo, Chongyobana, Yin Chandu, Tengatsu Samake, Tonang Jacoba, Karchimbo Jeke, Tenu Somji Chaduri.
So in the previous verses, we said that that the seed of the of a vehicle, like of all the vehicles, is contained within each other. So it is not that like the lower vehicles are less important, like the individual liberation or that of the bodhisattvas is less important. They're actually indispensable in order to actualize the ultimate result. The ultimate result is the secret mantra. And so if we understand this section also well, it also will help us to understand how to engage in any sadhana practice, any ritual practice of the secret mantra. So therefore it is good to understand this section really well, because then we know how to engage in practice, and it is said that it is more important to know how to engage in practice than the practice itself. So if we know how to engage in practice, we know what it is that is to be abandoned, what it is that is to be practiced, and what's the meaning of the practice, what is the symbolism in the practice, and so forth. What does it all mean? So it is just like when you are growing a flower and you have all the conditions like water and fertilizer and so on, then the flower will quickly grow. So therefore it is important to pay some attention, some interest in this chapter, on this section of the text.
Dan de inza dara Jitang Sangha Shibanda Sangking Bebeton J Chad Yore Sanghi Bebeton Shibanda Suchiglam Meshi Suchiglam Malabne Bede Betutum Mare Durza Sangha Muba Yonkin Dan Teta Lam Sangha Galamla Lobia Soso Da Chazoglo Let us Karwa Dimba Tamjela Sang Butung Maris Da Kandaria Sang Masang Kiba de Sosu Semla Le de Yorwa Soso ke Sangha Nyamni Chitang Yapoha Maona Sangha Rangsang Chado Yor Rangsang Sangwa de ko soso ke sangwa ke nenga de to to yo marwa te sangha khorang rang sang cha de perna sangha kapsu chang thong chori lamna te soso ke chang pami te thong de wai na dan de soso ke sangha ke samne de soso la bedong cha song ro sosu ha ma won sangha kapsu chang thong cho hibande chang durzula pa jurne jur sarwate teni soso ke longju choba kan de tab song yong ko yorwa o de inzang le da sunam dimba tangela sanggo tonda maris
So in general, the secret mantra is something that is hidden, that is like concealed, but it is not being hidden and concealed from our view does not mean that it is hidden in the sense that we shouldn't tell anyone about it, we shouldn't talk about it. But it depends on the aspiration, the state of mind of the individual to be tamed. If it is someone who really has an aspiration toward the secret mantra and wants to train in the path of the secret mantra and has the karmic fortune to do so, then there is no reason to hide this meaning of secret mantra from them. So hidden, therefore, has to do with one's own mind. If one doesn't really understand the practice of the secret mantra, then it remains naturally hidden, naturally secret. So it is hidden from one's mind just naturally. And because one doesn't realize the essential point of the secret mantra. For example, in the secret mantra, it might be said that it is permissible to drink alcohol. But if one then takes that to mean that one can just heedlessly drink alcohol, then one has really missed the profound point of the secret mantra. And in that sense, then it remains naturally hidden from that person. So what is meant in the secret mantra when it says that it is permissible to drink alcohol is that first one transforms the alcohol into nectar and then one drinks it. So that is what is really meant with that. So if someone understands that, if someone has the karmic fortune to practice the secret mantra, then it naturally remains not secret to that person.
There's a log Rambo Yang, Chapsang, Lamsang, Sangak Chit, there's a yin yang, Yonsu Zoba, Lamsang Tingoya, Mipa, Kolan Rampa, in the Yon Tingo, Neva, Dra, Yongo Yorba, De in Zanta Kantar, Das Sangha Hibanda, Chitang Sangha Hibanda. Dratumong do chadure, Nambala Sangha Shiore, Namba Maimba, Chulugin, Sangha Shipanda Yo de Bajiri. In that Sangha Dorch Tikba Sendu, that Nambala Matope, that didn't the Namba Katumang Maimbake, De Chad Yorwa, Sangha Dorch Tikba Senwande. Da ju tamje nangke perna lami ge ju tab single yana de yorwa de inza da di gaps zo chehyun de chaja chimbo gwang de sheba ina detong chaja chimbo de da ha ko to go yorin de gaps da di lamne da sangha glamne dan de ngarang soke nywa topa chamandela zo de ongo yore ndoi kapso dene ta chezo ko donji neluk chaja chimbo song ko Then Sangha Gopsta, Detong Chaja Chimbo Sita Kandar, Detawa Indu, Da Chakchinke, Nelok Togo Yunayang, Dan Detawilla, to some music Kami Chad Yoris.
But even if one has the mindset of Vajrayana or a secret mantra practitioner, the secret mantra teachings are still not shown all at once to one, but they are given in a gradual manner. And so, in general, this term secret mantra exists in both Buddhist and non-Buddhist traditions. But the secret mantra Vajrayana exists only in the Buddhist tradition. It is unique to the Buddhist tradition, the Vajrayana vehicle, such as the unsurpassed tantras and so on. And here in the tantras, what is to be realized is the Mahamudra of bliss emptiness. Through the Vajrayana or the secret mantra path, one gains experience and realization in that mainly. According to the sutra path, one attains the Mahamudra of the ultimate nature. And in the secret mantra, it is called the Mahamudra of bliss emptiness, that is to be realized. And so in order to realize Mahamudra, this is a point, like this is a section that has to be understood and studied well.
Then there in the also that Kyobpa Tawalan Sunayang, then Nyami Gambopa ki ni zonde then Tarade Donga Sungder ke Chaja Chimbo Tawaje Nyamji what so there then Tatarangaran Sola Donga Sungder ke Tony Nyamli Naya ke Karadin de Yobari then they indu that Sangha de Chirtang Chonina ta Tikwa Tanji ke Yanzi Zelendoji Chandu Dandala Dijum Singawand Sene Deni Ying Gumbala that Sangha de Tata Sanji Jumdindi Timbandela Mato Junga Yomari Timba Yin la Sangha Tikpa and Jungabari Song Yabari. The Bu Ganjin Khenpo Tenzin Jikpo Song Yabamari Jagan Papu Yorni Zonde and the Tavok Sumba Ju Tamjana Song Yore. Then the song of Jimsin de Kanisena Sangha ke Chewa June, Sangha Shibande Hajang Teng Sabatan, Za Chimbotan, Gandayan driven Tarto the Inzang Song Yong Yori. Tande song du Delatine Yang Gaheke, the Sangha Hibande, Tani Sanji Yin Kudus, Tin Majomata, the Nag Gua Langswan Inzang, Tin Jikten Sumgön Gandala, that Dorjison Tambotek. Sangha Timba Yin Lang Juayo song. Then Tana Somaris, Sanji Yin Kudusoyan, Jungo Yori Sombare. Gonda that Tibre Yoga Marwe. Tambo Joyan?
Tambojigyona Mare. So in the Kagyu tradition, for example, it says that the peerless Kyobpa was the one who started the tradition of practicing the Mahamudra, which is the union of the sutras and the tantras. And so we are fortunate ones who practice this unified state of Mahamudra. And so in general, it is said that the secret mantra is the pinnacle, the peak of all the vehicles. And so for this reason, others say that the mantra does not occur in the teachings of other Buddhas. And so this is something that is not only said by Tibetan scholars and philosophers, but also it is mentioned in the tantras, the Indian tantras. And it is mentioned because the secret mantra is extremely deep and profound and extremely precious, and it represents the ultimate fruition. And so that is why some say that it's only this Buddha, and it does not occur in the teachings of any other Buddha. But Jikten Sumgön says that this is not the case. Mantra also occurs in the teachings of all, it occurs in the teachings of all the other Buddhas.
I thought that yoga said tea break.
We take a tea break
Come on,
for 15 minutes.
Oh, yeah. O sunam de ya tamje zebanye toanye berdanan bazen jigen anja balon robaya zeben zolan rowa jo. May every being ailing with the disease be freed at once from every malady. May all the sickness that afflicts the living be instantly and permanently healed. Thank you very much.